Hello, my friends. Welcome to Keswick Chapel, the Chew. This is day 4 of week 26. Today we're looking at the way of Jesus is the way of audacity. Again, we're going to be looking at Simeon and Anna as our talking points, as our examples, if you will, from Luke chapter 2, verses 21 through 40. So what is audacity? Well, the positive definition of audacity is willingness to take a bold risk. So when we look at our passage, what do we see from Simeon and Anna regarding a bold risk? Well, looking at verse 28, we see this. Simeon took him into his arms and praised God, saying, "Sovereign Lord, as you have promised, you may now dismiss your servant in peace. For my eyes have seen your salvation, which you prepared in the sight of all nations, a light for revelation to the Gentiles and the glory of your people Israel." The child's father and mother marveled at what he said about him. Then Simeon blessed them and said to Mary, his mother, "The child is destined to cause the falling and rising of many in Israel, and to be a sign that will be spoken against, so that the thoughts of many hearts will be revealed, and a sword of the Spirit will pierce your soul too." So look at the boldness of Simeon here. He takes baby Jesus into his arms, doesn't ask permission. At least Luke doesn't indicate that he does so. But then he goes on to speak these truths as they were revealed to him by God. So Simeon is thankful for the promise, first of all, that he would see the Messiah, and he did. And so he declared this and other things in the hearing of everyone around him. And so you have to appreciate that Simeon treated Jesus like he was his own family, like he was his own kin. And yet there were many around who may have thought that this was pretty, this is, the audacity of Simeon to just take this baby as his own. And yet it wasn't the audacity so much as it was the boldness of Christ, as it was the confidence in what God had revealed to him. Well, let's look at Anna in verse 38. Coming up at that very moment, she gave thanks to God and spoke about the child to all who were looking forward to the redemption of Jerusalem. Now, Anna doesn't appear to have taken Jesus into her arms. However, she did proclaim to everyone and anyone within the hearing of her voice the truths that God had revealed to her. These bold actions, this audacity to act boldly, really comes from the confidence that they had in the promises of God to be witnesses to these things. When we look at this truth of confidence, I want to turn your attention to Ephesians chapter 3, verse 12. Paul says this to the church at Ephesus: "In him and through faith in him, we may approach God with freedom and confidence." So in Jesus and through our faith in Jesus, we are able to approach God the Father with confidence. Going back to Luke, in Luke chapter 21, verses 13 through 15, Jesus is telling us what we can expect as his followers, what the persecutions will be. But Jesus says this, and I encourage you to go read the entire passage, but specifically these 3 verses. Jesus is basically saying, you will bear witness, you will give a testimony, and I don't want you to worry about what you're going to say, because I will give you the words to speak. Do you think that God gave Simeon and Anna the words to speak? Of course he did. And of course what they spoke resonated with Joseph and Mary all the way to the cross. The way of Jesus is the way of audacity, my friends, the way of boldness, the way of confidence. Which way are you choosing? Are you choosing to be bold? Are you choosing the way of Jesus? Or are you choosing your own way? I pray that you'll have eyes to see and ears to hear his truth as you read his word today, and as you read these other verses that I've mentioned. I pray that you'll ask the Holy Spirit to give you eyes to see and ears to hear, a receptive heart and mind to receive these truths, and then confidence, the boldness of Jesus to take the steps that you need to take. I pray that you'll have a wonderful day, my friends. Go in the peace of God. Blessings to you. Bye for now.